Today on The Hookup, I'm going to show you the 3 most important things to consider when choosing a robotic vacuum. I'm going to run some of my favorite vacuums through a series of scientific tests, and then I'm going to show you how to pick the right vacuum for your specific home, use case, and budget. Here we go. Robotic vacuums are the single most life-changing smart home product on the market today. And I firmly believe that if you don't have one, you should immediately move it to the top of your purchase list. I love smart home tech, but the hard truth is that we were able to survive before automated light switches and curtains by simply standing up and flipping a switch or pulling a cord. The reason why robotic vacuums are such a great invention is that they take something that you should be doing every day, like cleaning your floors, and they actually do it. If you're already happily cleaning your floors daily, good for you. You can stop watching this video now. But if you aren't, you'll be amazed at the increase in quality of life that a robotic vacuum can give you. Not only will your floors be cleaner, but you'll notice less dust on your furniture, less allergens in the air, and indirectly, having a robotic vacuum will encourage you to keep a clutter-free home, which has been shown over and over again to increase mood and quality of life. The best part is, once you get your robotic vacuum set up, you can pretty much forget about it other than emptying the bin. That is, of course, if you select the right vacuum for your specific needs. I've gathered 4 great vacuums to compare from all different price ranges, and I'll be putting them through a series of tests to get some cold, hard data on what you get for your money. The lineup for this video will include both the cheapest and the most expensive vacuum from Ecovacs. That's the D-Bot 900, which can be purchased new for just around $259, and the Osmo 950, which will cost you $799. I've also included the most recommended robotic vacuum on home automation forums, and that's the $500 Xiaomi Roborock S50. And then finally, I tested a newcomer to the robotic vacuum world, the Tuya LDS, to see if our friends over at ZemiSmart have been able to shave costs and make a competitive vacuum for under $300. These vacuums have a lot of things in common, but here are the 3 most important considerations to make when choosing which robotic vacuum is right for you. The first and most important feature on my list is navigation and mapping. And right now, there is absolutely 0 reason to buy a vacuum without it. LIDAR is the king of the mapping techniques, but there are other types of vacuums on the market that you should steer clear of. Random navigation is the least efficient cleaning method, where a vacuum just bounces around your house, bumping into walls and furniture until it runs out of batteries and it goes back to its charger. For reasons that I'll discuss later, I think these vacuums will cause you more frustration than they're worth. So go ahead and cross them off your list. High-end robotic vacuums like the new iRobot Roomba i7 and S9 have camera-based navigation, but I'm really not sure why iRobot is clinging to this technology. Not only is camera-based navigation worse when it comes to accuracy, but it also requires the lights to be on in the room. And in my opinion, it opens up a huge amount of privacy issues when you have a Wi-Fi connected camera taking a tour of your house every day. LIDAR robots, on the other hand, use a spinning infrared laser to generate an accurate map of your home and provide the most efficient cleaning path while avoiding obstacles. And they do it without all those messy privacy concerns. Combined with their companion apps, LIDAR robots also give you the ability to virtually block off areas of your home where you don't want your vacuum to go, which is an absolutely must-have feature in my opinion, and it will help you avoid the tangles and hang-ups that used to be associated with robotic vacuums. These no-go lines and zones are slowly coming to camera-based navigation robots, but they aren't quite as accurate and they are more prone to failure. All the robotic vacuums that I'll be testing in this video are equipped with LIDAR. But if you're looking at another brand or model, an easy way to tell if it's a LIDAR robot is by looking for the raised circle on the top of the robot that houses the spinning laser. So if the most important feature can be found on vacuums that differ in price by more than $500, what does that mean your extra money is actually getting you? At this point, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention another amazing YouTube channel that's dedicated specifically to vacuum reviews, and it's called Vacuum Wars. His reviews are unbiased and they're quantitative, and he's got this whole vacuum testing thing down to a science. However, being somewhat of a scientist myself, I recognize the importance of both replication and validation in the scientific process. So even though I based my initial vacuum selections off of his very large data set, I wanted to confirm his numbers myself, so I replicated the most important tests for all of these vacuums. And I came up with a few interesting results that weren't necessarily in line with their price points. However, I also believe that no matter what the suction, bin size, or carpet deep cleaning ability, a more important aspect of your robotic vacuum is hassle-free use. If my experience with my Roomba 500 series 10 years ago is any indication, if your vacuum gets stuck too often or it needs too much babysitting, you're just going to stop using it. And that means you've wasted your money. And that's why I made reliability my second most important factor. So to give each vacuum a reliability rating, I created a treacherous obstacle course for these robots, including some of their most common enemies. Thresholds in both 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch varieties, a thick fluffy rug, and a loose floor mat. I ran each robot for 2 consecutive runs, and I recorded the number of times that it failed on each obstacle, as well as the number of critical failures that caused the cleaning session to stop. As you can see, in this case, price is directly correlated with obstacle and hang-up avoidance. But it was also evident that each robot had a very specific cleaning style and personality. For instance, the Ecovacs Osmo 950 was by far the most aggressive robot, while the Robotic S50 and the D-Bot 900 were much more gentle, which resulted in some difficulties navigating over the large thresholds. My guess is in the future this aggressiveness will be configurable in the app, but for now, if you want a gentle robot that isn't likely to knock over delicate furniture, the S50 is probably your best bet. And if your house has a lot of different flooring levels with moderately sized thresholds, then the Osmo 950 will navigate your home with ease. If your house is relatively easy to navigate, you can save some money by getting the D-Bot 900. And don't forget, if you do have one specific trouble area in your house, you can always use the app to create a no-go line to keep the vacuum out of trouble. Speaking of apps, my final consideration for choosing a robotic vacuum is connectivity. One of my favorite parts about my vacuums is that I never see them doing their jobs. My downstairs vacuum is triggered by our bedtime routine with a 30-minute delay, so the family is all upstairs and fast asleep by the time it leaves the dock. Each vacuum has slightly different integrations, and I've included the most common smart home hubs and control mechanisms in this chart. I've also rated the complexity of getting these vacuums integrated with different smart home systems on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being extremely simple and 10 being the most complex. To my knowledge, the Xiaomi Robotic is the only vacuum that has completely custom firmware written for it that allows for strictly local control in MQTT. But the installation is not for the faint of heart, and I certainly wouldn't recommend it for the average consumer of these vacuums. Still, if you're interested in installing a custom firmware for your vacuum, I've linked the Valetudo firmware down in the description so you can do stuff like this. So those are the 3 most important considerations for your robotic vacuum. But before I finish this video, I wanted to talk about a few things that are nice to have, but not critical in my opinion. First is battery life. The Ecovacs Osmo 950 had an absolutely insane battery life, which blew the competition out of the water. But all these LIDAR navigation robots have accurate recharge and resume abilities, where they're going to clean your house until around 20% battery, then return to the charger and top off their battery, and then return to the exact same spot that they left off and resume the clean. If you have a very large single floor home, you may still need a large battery, since you're generally going to need to be able to complete a single mapping run before the recharge and resume ability can be operational. Also, if your house is large enough that you're going to need more than 1 recharge and resume, that could mean a single clean will take longer than 8 hours, which is going to push the limits for being able to clean your house while you're away. My second interesting but not necessary feature is mopping. The Osmo 950, Tuya LDS, and Robotic S50 all have mopping attachments where they're going to dispense a controlled amount of liquid onto a mopping pad and then wipe your floor in a controlled fashion. It's not an amazing mopping experience, but it's not the worst either. The largest problem is that the pad barely applies any force, so it's the equivalent of wiping your floors very lightly with a damp towel. If you have all solid wood floors, mopping is definitely something to look into, but in my case, my tile floors have carpet in between them, and that prevents me from sending my robotic vacuum on an unattended mopping run. And as I've mentioned a number of times in this video, the absolute best part about these things is that they do all of their work without your input. And that brings me to my last nice to have, but probably unnecessary feature. Some newer robotic vacuums, especially at higher price points, have what's called multi-floor mapping. This allows them to save the floor plans of a multiple floor house so you can transport them up and down the stairs to clean each floor. Unfortunately, this also violates my first rule of robotic vacuums, which is you shouldn't have to interact with your robotic vacuum. Personally, giving the choice of a single $800 vacuum that can move between floors and a $400 vacuum for each floor, I'd choose the latter every time. Okay, so what's my final verdict? If you just want the best, most hassle-free vacuum that will do a superb job cleaning your floors, the Ecovacs Osmo 950 is an easy pick. But I think Ecovacs have really priced themselves out of the market with their own D-Bot 900. For basically a quarter of the price, the D-Bot 900 gives you similar suction, cleaning ability, scheduling, and mapping. As I mentioned, the D-Bot 900 is going to do best if your floors are level without too many transitions. But other than that, it is an absolutely impossible price to beat. The 2U vacuum would also be really interesting if it wasn't for the D-Bot 900. It's just too good for too cheap. If you're a lifelong tinkerer and you won't be able to just leave your vacuum alone, then you probably want to check out the Xiaomi Roborock S50 and install the Valetudo custom firmware. But if you just want a vacuum that works, then the S50 costs about twice as much as the D-Bot 900, and it's just not twice as good. If I missed something, or you want me to do a specific test on these vacuums before you buy them, just leave a comment down below. Thank you to all my awesome patrons over at Patreon for your continued support of my channel. If you're interested in supporting my channel, please check out the links down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching The Hookup.